my friends. Next week there is going to be a workforce development training session, and here to tell us all about it and why it benefits you and your organization is Alicia Limtiaco and Sarah Thomas Nedadog. Hafa ladies.
Hafa Jason. It's very
Buenas,
nice to
Jason.
be here.
All right, it's been a while, so Alicia, we'll start with you. I'm looking at the agenda right now. This is an all-star lineup of speakers. There are some people that can pass on some very worthwhile lessons to anyone who's in attendance. So, what's the whole purpose behind this training session?
Well, thank you very much, Jason. Absolutely, this particular training and our major theme is One Community Guam, is in response to the Smart on Crime initiative that then Attorney General Eric Holder announced in 2013, which is definitely supported by the current Attorney General Loretta Lynch. And what we're looking at is sort of a challenge to all of us here in our communities to reassess our programs, our services, and ask ourselves whether or not we are truly doing everything and anything we can to effectively serve vulnerable populations. And there are three main goals with the Smart on Crime initiative that we are working towards achieving, and that includes crime prevention, strengthening protections for vulnerable populations, and reentry in the context of preparing those who are finishing their terms of incarceration and are reentering society.
Mm-hmm. Trying to drive down the recidivism rate, because I know that's been an ongoing point of concern for many, many years here on island.
That's correct. And so the Diverse Community Coalition, which is one of the coalitions which began with our office, talked about looking at workforce development as a strategy to achieve these goals. And so fundamentally, if we're looking at a person who is at risk or disadvantage, if we offer educational opportunities, opportunities to develop and enhance a person's skill set, we know doors to jobs, doors to career paths open up. We know that people, our self-esteem, our self-confidence certainly increases, and we are in a much better position to make more informed and good judgment decisions that can certainly have long-lasting impact in our lives. And so that would be the correlation that the coalition saw in relation to the Smart on Crime goals.
Mm. Sarah, is this relevant to the individual or the organization or perhaps the agency level, or is it kind of like a little bit of both?
Well, I think it's all of the above, and it's really exciting that the U.S. Attorney has partnered with the federal government, the Bureau of Justice, the National Institute of Corrections, and other federal entities, and has brought together, I think in a historic event, of bringing together all these government agencies, these private businesses, and the nonprofit sectors, like all hands on deck here, to focus on those persons in our community who are most at risk or who are most vulnerable in not being able to, for example, get employment. They're at risk of being victims or even being perpetrators, or continue to be susceptible to committing crimes or being victims of crimes. What's important for us to do as a community is to come together and identify those activities that we need to carry out within our families, within our nonprofits, within our governmental entities, so that we can identify these folks, see what it is that we can do together or individually to deal with some of their needs and their issues, so that we can get them towards permanent housing, we can get them into education and other employment opportunities, or into services that would provide help, behavioral health, substance abuse treatment, or whatever they need, so that the chances of them becoming victims or staying in that situation where they're not able to move forward in their life decreases. That's the whole idea. So it's really, I think, a very honorable and necessary approach to dealing with this issue in our community, because no one entity can do it by themselves. We need to come together to make this happen. So I like the fact that at the federal government level, the Department of Labor, the U.S. Department of Labor, and the Department of Justice have come together. And on Guam, we're seeing that at a local level, as well as bringing in our nonprofits and our business sector. And I think the messages, which I appreciate this emerging, is that all of us have a role in this. It can't just be any one entity's responsibility to identify and support vulnerable people and at risk in our community.
All right, real quick, Alicia, how can people register for this?
We have online registration, and this particular training is free. It is open to the public, so we certainly invite interested individuals, nonprofits, government agencies, our private sector to please participate. And our website would be usaogutraining.org/workforce. Certainly if any individuals are having trouble with the online registration, they can call our office. We have 2 phone numbers, which we can certainly share with KUAM to perhaps share with our audience. And they will assist and register our members, our community members, right there on the spot.
All right, thank you. And everybody, you can make sure to check out our YouTube channel at youtube.com/KUAM News. Get all the information, all the URLs, so that you can register, you or your team or your organization. Make sure you take away all of the valuable information contained therein. We are back after this.